Well, good morning, everybody. Hey, it's Tony Spandrio here, and it is Opportunity Zone Wednesdays. Well, good morning, everybody. So, hope everybody's had a great week so far. I'm super excited, super pumped. Got some great stuff to talk about today. Good morning, Daniel. Thank you for joining us. So, hey, guys, as you're coming on, please reach out. Let us know where you're from. A lot of you I do know, but hey, let's let the audience let's share. Let us know where you're from. Type in the comments, if you can, where you guys are from, city, state. That would be awesome. Good morning, Daniel, Nadine, Randy, Karen, Chris, Mike, Randy. Hey, thanks for joining in, guys. Thank you very much. Good morning, Anna. Appreciate everybody joining in for the 9 a.m. Wednesday, Opportunity Zone Wednesdays. So thanks so much, guys. Hey, I hope everybody's enjoying the series that we've got going on. Motivation Mondays at 9 a.m. Mountain Time. Today, like I said, Wednesday, Opportunity Zones Wednesday. Tomorrow, 9 a.m. Mountain Time. Thursday, Tactical Thursdays for going over fix and flips and where we're at with that. And then Fruitful Fridays. And again, appreciate everybody's feedback in regards to what your week has been like this week, and let's share the progress and the successes that we've had. So that would really be awesome. So Daniel from Aurora, Colorado, thanks for joining in. Mike Soaps from Greeley, Colorado, thanks for joining in. Chris from Fairmont, Minnesota, hope it's a little warmer there. Thanks for joining in, guys. So hey, we're going to take a little bit of time today. We're going to talk about the opportunity zones versus 1031 exchanges. We're really going to just focus on that today. I do want you guys to know that I am actually putting together a webinar. I'm actually going to be sending out the invites today to a 1-hour webinar. And you can go out and you can register for this. I got 100 spots available for this webinar that we're going to be doing. So I look forward to seeing everybody joining in on that. I know a couple weeks ago I talked about I was getting it out. There's been a little bit of preparation to get it going, so kind of bear with me. But we are putting that together, about a 1-hour presentation on the opportunity zones. So one of the things that I want to say, Nadine, thanks for joining. North Carolina, awesome. Thank you for joining. But one thing before I get too far along here on the opportunity zones, guys, I think many of you know me, but for those that you don't, I want you to understand that I'm not a CPA. I'm not an attorney. I do watch a lot of information that the CPAs and attorneys are putting out there about the opportunity zone and what's happening. And I do an awful lot of reading about it. And I think the most important thing that I want to share is that, guys, I want to come across as being very unbiased either way about, investing in the opportunity zone or not. Maybe, taking your 1031 exchanges and doing what you want to do with them. I want you to make that decision. Okay. I think it's important. But to make good decisions, what do you need? Right? You need knowledge. And that's what I'm here to do. And in fact, one of the interesting things, the most interesting things that I had literally just found out is, if you guys remember that a couple of series ago, I talked about that, the Treasury Department, IRS, they have not solidified all of the rulings in regards to the opportunity zone yet. And in fact, I mentioned this earlier, that back on January 10th, that the Treasury, Congress, they were all to meet to revise, look at everything. There were like 150 questions that were submitted and whatnot. But we all know that, right? Goodness, we had a shutdown, a government shutdown. Oh my gosh. So, that made it kind of difficult. Hey, a few more people have joined in. Jim, thanks for joining in. Jim, Joshua, thanks, guys. Hey, if you would just post where you're from. If you're liking what you're hearing today, give me some thumbs up, give me some love. I would appreciate that. But anyway, so back on January 10th, we were supposed to have this meeting to help finalize a lot of the IRS code. There's a lot of requirements that the IRS and whatnot's putting out there. And Well, with the government shutdown, it didn't happen. Well, I checked just yesterday to try to find out when's the next meeting? When are they going to have it? It's not scheduled yet, guys. So I want to first caution every one of you in saying, guys, be very cautious. And good morning, James. Good morning, Terry, for joining in. Paul, good morning, guys. Appreciate that for joining in. Gosh, I got people from California. We got North Carolina. We're going east to west here today. So anyway, this is a really great topic, okay? But basically, a lot of the requirements, a lot of the IRS rulings and stuff still haven't been identified. And I'm going to caution you guys. If you've gone out and maybe put some money into an opportunity fund, be cautious. If you're jumping out to go do something, be cautious because we don't have things solidified yet, okay? So just want to pass that on and help you guys out. But let's take a moment and let's take a look at the opportunity zones versus 1031 exchanges. And I want to say, is there pros and cons to it? But I think you guys need to know this. Now, with a 1031 exchange, I think for those of us that are pretty astute, we've done it. I've done it. But if you haven't, you need to know that your exchange must be a like kind property, okay? So I can't be taking something, let's say that was, let's say I took some money from profits from a stock market deal that I did, and I want to exchange that into a 1031 into a piece of real estate. Can't do that, right? Well, the nice thing about an opportunity zone, so this is the pro part of it, is that it does not have to be a like kind property. So I could take something that I made in the stock market, I could put it into maybe a single family home rental, into an apartment complex. In this case, also in an opportunity zone, and we're going to get into details about the opportunity zone maps and stuff, but a business. You could get into a business. So that's pretty cool. That's the difference between theirs, okay? Now, as far as in the opportunity zones, with the money that you've used in a 1031 exchange, right? So let's say that I invested in a property and I made $100,000, okay? That $100,000 that I made, plus let's say the $100,000 that I invested into this deal, okay, is that when I make that 1031 exchange, I'm moving all of those funds to my next like kind, that's the key, like kind property, right? So $200,000, boom, it's all moving forward, okay? Now, that's just going to keep moving forward in time. Now, on an opportunity zone, okay, there is some restrictions in that the fact that and I talked about this last week, you're going to have some deferrals there. So your investment time restrictions are this, okay, that if you take that same amount of money and you move that into an opportunity zone, well, within 5 years, okay, and if you decided to do something and move on in 5 years, you're only going to get a 10% of that money you invested. So let's say it's $200,000. You're only going to get a 20% reset on your basis. And basically what I'm saying is that at one point or another, when you go to sell something in an opportunity zone, okay, that money you moved in, not like a 1031 exchange that just keeps moving forward, you're going to wind up having to have a deferred, there's going to be deferred taxes you're going to have to pay, which means that $200,000 is reset at now 180. You're going to be paying taxes in 5 years on that 180,000, okay? If you wait to 7 years, there's a 15% deferral. Okay, well that means 15% on $200,000. Okay, so now I'm down to $170,000, right? That I'm still going to pay taxes on. Now at 10 years, which is going to be in the December 31st of 2026, guys, the time comes, that's it. You're going to be paying taxes on that. So that's a little different than a 1031 exchange, because a 1031 exchange, I don't pay taxes on that until I finally decide that I'm backing out of that 1031 exchange. And at that point in time frame, yeah, that's when I will be paying taxes on all of that, okay? At least though, the good thing is in the opportunity zone is within that 5, 7, but at that 10-year period, I can have at least a 15% reduction in my basis. So I'm only taxed on 15% less, okay? All right, so, but please keep in mind, in the opportunity zones, at 10 years, at December 31st of 2026, that's it. Got to pay for it, okay? All right, so what other areas that we have here that we want to cover, okay? Now, with a 1031 exchange, right, you can invest anywhere you want to in the United States, right? I mean, anywhere at all in the United States. And you're not restricted to where to move that money, that exchange from, okay? Now, I'll call it the cons with the opportunity zone is you're limited only to the qualified opportunity zones. Now, there's over 8,700 locations. 8,700. In fact, today I'll make certain to post here, guys, on this video here. I'll post where you can go get that map. 8,700 locations, okay? Now, that is a lot. There's no doubt about it. But they're also in distressed communities. So you're pretty well, set there of where you can invest in. So again, pros and cons. 1031 exchange, I can go anywhere. Opportunity zones, in the opportunity zones only, all right? Okay, so now let's talk about the time period that we have. Now with the 1031 exchange, as everybody may know, and if you don't, is that you first have 45 days to take and identify the properties that you want to close on. 45 days. So let's just say that I'm getting ready to sell my property. 45 days from now, I have to let the 1031 exchange people know, okay, here's the properties that I have identified that I'm going to do my exchange into. Then I have 180 days in which I have to close that transaction. Okay? Now, the nice cool thing about the opportunity zone is that I just need to find the replacement property in the opportunity zone, okay? And I must close it within 180 days. So the great cool thing is that I won't have to identify within 45 days. Basically, I've got 180 days to do that, okay? So again, now there's some pretty cool things because I'm not pressured and rushed that says, oh gosh, I got 45 days, I got to get out and find a property, okay? So 180 days to close on it, all right? Now, the other thing about our gains and that we're making in a 1031 exchange, as I said earlier, if I put in 100 and I made 100 and I'm at 200, that entire proceeds, those entire proceeds must, at the time that I sell, they must be reinvested. They must go into that 1031 exchange. If not, then, I'm paying taxes on the amount that I don't exchange into that. Now, within the opportunity zone, okay, it's only the gain. It's only the gain that I made that I have to take from the sale and reinvest it into an opportunity zone. Okay, so there's definitely some good points there, okay? Now, one of the things that we'll get into a little bit more, and again, guys, I like to kind of keep this short and sweet, and we'll continue to send out the great information. Again, guys, give me some thumbs up, give me some loves if this is good information. Would love the feedback to let me know, that you're enjoying this stuff. Please do, and also, keep in mind that I'm going to be having a further webinar coming up. Be sure to reach out to me and let me know that you guys are interested in that, and I'll make certain to give you the links for that. Okay, but I think the last thing that I also want to mention is that when you do this exchange, I want you to know you guys can do it yourself, or you can put it into what's called an opportunity fund, which there's a lot of other hedge funds and REITs and people that are putting together these funds. And all of these funds that are being established, they do have to go through the Treasury Department, okay? It's not quite like a syndication, so that's kind of cool to know, but a lot of it does have to have forms filled out, and those funds have to be registered before you put your money into it. So again, guys, these are the little hints, the little tricks and that you need to know. And before departing, I do want to say that guys, I've got all of this stuff posted. All of these videos are going onto my YouTube channel. So get out to my YouTube, go out to YouTube, do a search for Tony Spandrio, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Because guys, my video collection, it's growing and growing. A lot of great content. And you guys can go there at any time, see everything that I've got. So reach out, subscribe to my YouTube channel, okay? Guys, listen, I'm going to let everybody get to their busy Wednesday. Guys, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for Tactical Thursday, 9 a.m. Mountain Time. Now, last week we did discuss a little bit about, okay, we're closing on our flip and what's going on in the title. And there were a lot of eye-opening things that I talked about in regards to promissory notes, deeds of trust, and that stuff. Well, tomorrow, guys, it's about lien waivers. It's about contracts, contractors, because your next step is that after your demo, hey, man, we're getting out here and we're starting to get bids on things. So look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow, 9 a.m. Mountain Time for Tactical Thursdays. Well, guy, everybody get out there. Make it a great Wednesday. Make it a great rest of the week. And start sending me your successes for the week. And I'll be happy to share them on Fruitful Fridays, okay? All right, everybody. Make it an awesome, awesome week. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye now.